So here are very important questions in FIT subject. The first question is block diagram of computer. It is also called as elements of computer and components of computer. So first we have to draw the, so what we have to write for this question, first we have to draw the diagram, block diagram we have to draw. So once you draw the block diagram, just you have to explain about the input devices. First one you know already, input, and second one output devices, and then middle one is CPU. So first you have to write out the definition about the input device. So input and what are the most commonly used input devices, keyboard and mouse, you have to explain it. Okay, next when it is comes to the CPU, central processing unit. So what is the meaning of CPU, what it will do, then they have to explain it. And internally CPU consists of three parts are there, ALU, MU and CU, that we have to explain. So after explaining the CPU, you need to explain about the output devices. So what is the meaning of output device and what are the different types of output devices which we are, no, don't write all output devices here, only write most commonly used output device is monitor. So that you have to explain for this question. So when it is comes to the question number 2, explain the generations of computers. You know what is the meaning of generation? Based on size, okay, based on the technology used in the computer. So the total, we have total 5 generations are there. The first generation computer, second generation and third generation and fourth and fifth generation. So total we have 5 generations are there. In all these 5 generation, we have some advantages are there, some disadvantages are there. We have to explain few advantages, like 3 to 4 advantages and 2 to 3 disadvantages. If you write, is more than enough for this question. So next when it is comes to the question number 3, we have write about the various input and output devices. What is the meaning of input device? First you have to explain about the input device definition. So you may have n number of input devices are there, just to choose whichever the input devices you are feeling comfortable, you select those input devices. Minimum 6 to 7 you write is more than enough. So output devices also 3 to 4 output devices if you write is more than enough. Okay, next comes to the question number 4, the voice recognition system. What is the meaning of voice recognition system? So this is like nothing but like Google Assistant is okay. So there what will be there, micro recorder will be there. So what is the meaning of micro recorder? If you want to search anything, just you click on the micro recorder, then you say something, the word or phrase, so based upon that it will open that links now. So that is called as voice recognition system. So like it is called as Siri, okay, or Google Assistants. Okay, this is called as micro recorder. Okay, next in the fourth question, the next question is vision input system. So what is the meaning of vision? Like we have to write about the web camera and about the digital camera. We have to explain about these two topics, is more than enough. Okay, so next comes to the question number 5. Question number 5 is types of computer. Now based on the size, based on working principle, okay, the types of computers are divided into 4 categories, like microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computer and supercomputer. We have to explain about all these 4 types of computer. Okay, only we have to write about these 4 types of computers only. Okay, right. Next question number 6, printer and its types. You know what is the meaning of printer? Printer is an output device. Okay, now generally the printers are divided into 2 categories. One is impact printer and non-impact printer. So what are the different printers which are comes under impact printer, and what are the different types of printers which are comes under non-impact printer? That all everything have to explain. So this is about the printer concept. So when it is comes to the question number unit number 2, so explain about the primary and secondary devices with example. So what is the meaning of primary memory? You know primary memory is also called as temporary memory, it is also called as volatile memory, and the secondary memory, you know, it is called as permanent memory. Okay, it is non-volatile memory. So whatever the data which is stored in primary memory, that will be erased automatically when you switch off the computer. That we have to explain the definition. So examples, what are the different types of primary memories will come? You know, RAM and ROM, these two are the 2 topics which are comes under primary memory. And what about the secondary memory? Pen drive, CD, DVD, okay, hard disk, these are all comes under the secondary storage devices. So you have to write all these definitions. Just definitions are enough for all these concepts. Okay, so otherwise you may get like this, what is the difference between the primary memory and secondary memory? So just we have to write about the differences only, no need of writing any secondary devices, nothing. Okay, just differences. So primary memory is also called as volatile memory, and secondary memory is also called as non-volatile memory. It is also called as permanent memory, it is called as temporary memory. So next RAM is comes under the example of primary memory, and hard disk is comes under the secondary memory. So like you need to write a few differences, that is more than enough for this question. So the next it's unit number 2 is very important question is explain the types of number system. So why we are using number system and what are the different types of number systems are there, we have to write it. So what I will do in the next coming days, what I will do, I will post my some videos which are related to some important questions. Please go through with those questions. You can come to know what we have tried in final exam. So please subscribe my channel, so that in future whatever the videos I'm going to make, that I'm going to upload in my channel, so immediately you will get a notification to see those contents. Please try to upload my channel. So next question is what is ROM and its types. So what is ROM? Read only memory site. Okay. Next we have different types of ROMs are there: PROM, EEPROM, EEPROM. So all these definitions we have to write. So next, what is binary arithmetic, and explain in detail. So what is the meaning of binary? So you know already binary number. So computer understanding language is binary. So whatever the instructions, whatever the input we are giving to the computer, that should be in the form of binary. So zeros and ones is nothing but binary. So on the zeros and ones, what are the different types of binary arithmetic operations? You know what is the meaning of arithmetic here? Addition, subtraction, multiplication. These things are nothing but arithmetic. So on binary number, what are the operations which we can perform? Okay, arithmetical operations that we have to explain. Okay, so this is about the unit 2. Next, when it comes to the unit number 3, so what is software? What is software? Different types of software. What is software? Software definition we have to give. So after that we have three types of software, so like application software, system software, and utility software. All these three softwares we have to explain definitions. Okay. Next, we have to very important question from this unit is explain the types of computer languages. You know what is the meaning of computer language? So suppose we are human beings now. We are all having what? Some languages are like Telugu, Hindi, something. So when we are interacting with a computer is also having some language. The languages are three types of languages are there. One is binary language. It is also called as machine level language. It is also called as low level language. Though when it comes to the second level language, it is called as high level language. Okay, and the third language is assembly level language. So we have total 3 different languages, computer languages are there. We have to explain all these 3 different types of computer languages, and we have tried some advantages and disadvantages about these languages. So in the next question number 3, what is word processing and its features? You know what is Word? You have to explain about the MS Word. So what is the definition of why we are using Word? It is used to prepare some documents. Okay, so we have to explain about the definition of Word and what are the features we can do. So what are the features? Macro, mail merge, okay, right, headers, footer. So we have so many features are there in Word that we have to explain. So next, go to the concept called what is utility programs. It is also called as utility software. Both are same. Utility program or utility software, both are same. So we have tried about the utility software. Already you learned a concept called what is software and different types of software. There you learned already utility software. That same thing you have to explain here. Okay, and here we have tried a few examples. What is the utility? WinRAR, WinZip, okay, converters. Now these are called as utility softwares. So next, when it comes to the unit number 4. So first, what is operating system? Different functions of explain the functions of operating system. You know what is the definition of operating system? An operating system is an interface between the user and the computer. So without an operating system, a user cannot interact with the computer now. So that we have to explain. Suppose example, here the computer is there and one human being is there. Now both want to interact with each other. So what is required? Here we need an operating system, because with the help of hardware operating system only a user can interact with the hardware component which is present inside the computer now. So that we have to explain. So next, further you have to write about the few functions of operating system, like example resource management, next process management, file management, okay, next memory management. These are the very important functions of operating system we have to explain. So next, question number 2 from unit 4, explain operating system and what are its types. So again we have to write about the same definition, operating system, and we have to write about what are the different types of operating system, like you know, single tasking operating system, multitasking operating system, multi-programming operating system, and okay, next distributed operating system, time sharing operating system. We have so many different types of operating systems are there. So when you get this question in final exam, just mention at least 3 to 4 different types of operating system and few advantages and few disadvantages you have to explain. So next, very important question, that is different types of difference between interpreter and compiler and assembler. So what is the meaning of interpreter and what is the meaning of compiler and assembler, you have to explain. So you know interpreter, what is the meaning of interpreter? It will convert the instructions into line by line, okay, So that is called as whatever the input I am giving to the computer, that all the instructions will be received by the interpreter, and from that instructions it will take one by one line after the line. So it will receive one line that will be converted into the machine understanding language. So that is called as interpreter. The compiler, what the compiler will do, whatever the instruction I am giving to the computer, the whole instructions will be received by the compiler. That whole information is converted into the machine language. That is that can be done with the help of compiler. Okay. So next is what? Assembler. So generally you know what is the meaning of assembler. Assembler is also a translator. By making use of this translator, only it will convert only assembly level language instructions into machine level. You know, generally in assembly level language what will be there? Mnemonics will be there. Mnemonics, like example, add, subtraction. So whatever the things we want for that each and every operation, we have some keywords are there. Those keywords are called as here mnemonics. Now that those mnemonics will be converted into the machine understanding language when you go to the concept called as assembler. So interpreter, compiler and assembler, these three are called as different types of translators. Okay. Now when it comes to the unit number 5, so what is the meaning of network topology or LAN topology? Both are same. So network topology means what? Like you have to write bus topology, ring topology, star topology, mesh topology, hybrid topology. Now we have to write about all these topologies. Now every topology is having some advantages and disadvantages. So whatever the whatever the information you are going to write, it should be like a very short and sweet. So it means what? You need to write only the few important points about each and every topic. So don't elaborate the complete, because you will be getting only 2 hours time. In 2 hours time, what we can do, just one and a half page to 2 pages we have to cover the long answer. That is more than enough. Okay. So next question number, unit number 5, the question number 2, what is data communication? Okay, what is data communication? So what are the different types of media is used for data transmission? So first we have to write about the data communication. What is the meaning of data communication? How we are going to communicate with one computer with other computer? So what are the things which are required to go for the data communication? So in that, and various media is used for the data transmission. You know what is the meaning of media? Media is nothing but cable here, like coaxial cable, twisted pair cable, fiber optic cable. So all these 3 different cable information we have to draw. Okay, and we have to explain. So next last question from unit 5 is what is network and various types of network. So what is the meaning of network? Interconnection between 2 or more computers is nothing but a network. So if we have 4 computers are there, among these 4 computers we want to make a communication, so we need a network now. So all these computers are in the network, so one can able to share the information to others. Not only sharing the information, you can also share the resources like pen, printer, scanner, whatever the resources are with you, that can also be shared. So that is we have tried. Now we have total 3 different types of networks are there: LAN, MAN, WAN. Local area network, wide area network, and next metropolitan area. Now all these 3 definitions we have tried, and we have tried few advantages and few disadvantages about these 3 networks. Even in some books they may give one more topology, that is called as PAN, personal area network. Okay, so we have to write about this concept. Okay, now when it comes to the short answers, so short answers, now just to see, just short answer, what is computer? Just computer is an electronic device which is used to perform some arithmetical and logical operations. So just you have to write about the definition of computer and what are the characteristics: speed, diligence, okay, accuracy, so automation. Okay, so these are the characteristics we have to write about the computer. Now next, when it is come to the concept of what is communication process with need diagram. So what is the meaning of communication? So when I'm going for the communication, suppose suppose A computer is there and the B computer is there. Now if these 2 persons want to interact with each other, what are the different types of things which are required? Like transmitter is required, receiver will be there, protocol is required, and next message is required, and the medium cable is required. So these are the different types of things which are required when the 2 persons want to interact with each other. That we have to explain when you go to the concept called as this one. Okay, now next question number 3, types of networking devices. So what is the meaning of networking devices? So we have so many different types of networking devices are there, like router, and about router you have tried next switch, hub, okay, gateway, okay, etc. These are the different types of network devices are there. So that we have to, you may get in 2 marks question. These are all 2 marks question. You may get any one of this question from this 2 marks. Okay, so next to go for the concept called as different types of Transmission modes are nothing but simplex, half, duplex, okay, full duplex. So simplex, one way communication, okay. Now half duplex is two-way communication, but for sending and receiving we are using different channels. So when you go to the, okay, full duplex, the sending and receiving can be done with one cable, so that we have to explain. So next we have to go for the concept called how to measure the system performance. Okay, this is very very important, because it is not long answers here, these are short answers. So in this, what will be there? Throughput is nothing but the number of, see, in the number of outputs which is produced in a given period of time. So that is nothing but throughput, that is nothing but performance of your computer now. So response time, turnaround time, waiting time. So these are all are 2 marks questions which are available in system performance. Next you have to write about the dump terminal, and you have to write about the one more question that is called as CRT, LCD and LED. You have to write all these definitions now. What is the meaning of CRT, what is the meaning of LCD and LED? So CRT is nothing but cathode ray tube, a liquid crystal display and light emitting diode. So all these definitions, just only definitions are important. So what is scanner? The why we are using scanner? So scanner is an input device. So just we have to write about the definition of scanner. So similarly you need to write about the definition of plotter. Only definitions, 3 to 4 lines. Okay, and the smart terminals, all this we have to write only the definitions. Okay, so these are very very important questions when it is comes to the FID subject. Please remember, the time is very less. Only long answers should be covered in within 2 pages is more than enough, and short answers minimum 3 to 4 lines is enough. So whatever the content, don't elaborate the complete topic here, just to write about the main important points, and whenever you are getting any important points, please underline those points. So presentation is very very important when it is comes to your final exam. So long answer should be in 2 pages, and short answers should be in within 3 to 4 lines. Some short answers may exceed 4 to 5 lines also, it depending upon the concept. Some answers may lengthy, or some answers may short. So based on that you need to plan, and accordingly you write the exam. So what you do, so in this I have given many questions are given. The star questions are very very important. So at least if you learn the star questions, the complete question paper you will be getting from this list of questions only. Please go through with us all these questions. Okay, in the next coming, please subscribe my channel to get further updates. So at the same time, whatever the important questions are there, the related videos I'm going to upload in my channel, so that you can go through with that those questions, you can come to know the topics. Thank you.